The heart of Kenyan highlands, where the morning dew clings to the leaves and the air carries the scent of the rich earth, one young woman has captured the attention of an entire nation. Not with speeches, not with shouting, but with a single unwavering embrace. Her name is Truphena Muthoni, and this is a story. In December 2025, the world watched as Truphena hugged a sacred indigenous tree in Nyeri for 72 continuous hours. No breaks, no rest, no retreat. And when she finally let go, she had written a name into the pages of world history. But records are only the headline. The real story begins from far from the crowds in the quiet landscapes of Madira, Nyeri County. Born and raised in the lush highlands, Truphena grew up in a world where forests stood like ancient guardians. Nature wasn't just scenery to her. It was companionship, comfort, and sanctuary. While other children ran through the open fields, she slipped into forests, sat beneath white branches, and found peace in the rhythm of the natural world. But as she grew, so did the wounds of the land. Trees fell, forests thinned, and the innocence of childhood collided with the reality of deforestation. At Naramoru Girls High School, her quiet passion matured into purpose. She joined the Scouts, rallied her classmates for cleanups, and planted the first of thousands of trees. And in early 2025, she stepped into the spotlight for the first time, hugging a tree for 48 hours straight at Mishuki Memorial Park, a simple, silent act that echoed all the way into national headlines. But for Truphena, that was only the beginning. She believed the world needed a louder message, something bold, something gentle, something unforgettable. And so, on December 8, 2025, she stepped into the lawns of Nyeri's governor's office, wrapped her arms around the rough, living bark of a sacred indigenous tree, and made a promise: I will not let go for 72 hours. Through cold nights, scorching days, biting insects, hunger, exhaustion, and the creeping temptation to surrender, she held on, not with anger, not with defense, but with love. At one point, she blindfolded herself, a powerful symbol of the vulnerability of those who cannot see, and of forests that cannot defend themselves. A reminder that climate change punishes the most fragile among us. For Truphena, tree hugging is not a performance. She calls it a therapy session, a spiritual connection, a healing ritual. Her embrace became a bridge between people and nature, a message spoken without a single word. And then came the moment the world will never forget. December 11, 12:24 p.m. After 3 days of unbroken endurance, Truphina's 72 hours were complete. A soft smile crossed her face as she finally loosened the grip. The crowd erupted, and history had been made. Her act spread across the nation like wildfire. Leaders visited, crowds gathered, social media roared. But beyond the applause, something deeper shifted. Kenyans began talking about indigenous peace again, about forest cover, about climate justice, about our relationship with the earth. And as gifts, pledges and support poured in. Truphena remained focused on a true mission: to protect and restore the forests that raised her.
So trying to send a message to people to embrace nature, and because when we have mental health cases, especially that is directly connected to environmental degradation like wildfires and floods and droughts, we have victims having post-traumatic stress disorder, and they trying to tell them that you can always go back to nature for healing. Also, it's a form of silent protest against destruction of indigenous trees, and also to want people to honor indigenous knowledge. Yeah, because what we're doing right now is we're cutting down indigenous trees and then replacing them with saplings, ignoring that mitigation. So that's what I'm trying to show people there's a difference, and that before we plant a million trees, we must nurture a million plants that care. So the most important thing is to protect what we have first. Yes, and also I believe that conservation will begin.
Thank you very much. We'll see you after you've broken the record.
From a little girl who found comfort under white canopies to a young woman who worked her way to world history, Truphena Muthoni has reminded us of one simple truth. Sometimes the strongest protest is gentle, and sometimes the loudest voice doesn't shout, and sometimes all it takes to change the world is to hold on.